All right, let's just get it out there. Moving is, well, it's a huge pain, right? And the number one question, the thing that keeps you up at night, is always, how much is this actually going to cost me? So today, that's exactly what we're tackling. We're going to cut through all the noise and give you the real, data-driven answers for your big move in Brisbane. So here's how we're going to do this. First, we'll get right to the good stuff, the actual numbers for Brisbane. Then we're going to figure out why the prices are what they are. What makes them go up. After that, we'll look at all those extra costs, the ones that can sneak up on you. And to wrap it all up, we'll give you a super practical guide on how to save some serious cash. Okay, so you're getting ready for a move in sunny Brisbane. Awesome. You're probably picturing the new place, the new life, and then that little voice in your head pipes up. But what's the real cost going to be? I've been there. My first big move, I was so excited, and then the final bill landed, whoa. It was an education. So that's my goal for you today. No surprises. We're going to make sure you know exactly what to expect. All right, let's jump right in. This is the part everyone wants to know, the numbers. We're going to lay out the average costs you can expect for a local move in Brisbane. Ready? Let's get to it. Okay, take a look at this. For a smaller place, like a studio or a one-bedroom apartment, you're looking at a cost somewhere between, say, $360 and $750. Totally manageable, right? But then, look what happens as the house gets bigger. A two-bedroom house, you're pushing past $1,000. And for a big four-bedroom family home, yeah, that number jumps way up, easily into the thousands. It's a huge difference. Just remember, these figures are your starting point. They cover the essentials, like the truck and the movers. Now, here's something that might make you feel a little better. How does Brisbane stack up against other big cities? Well, pretty darn well, actually. You can see here that while Melbourne is a bit pricier, Sydney is in a whole other league. So if you're moving in Brizzy, you can breathe a little sigh of relief. You're definitely in one of the more affordable major cities when it comes to removalist costs. Okay, so we've seen the what, the price tags. But now let's talk about the why. What are the big things that actually make up that final number on your quote? Think about it for a second. What do you reckon is the number one thing that drives the price up? Let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on. And there you have it, the three main culprits. Were you right? I mean, look at that chart. The single biggest factor, by a long shot, is just how much stuff you have. It's that simple. The volume of your belongings is the king of moving costs. Everything else is important, but this one is the giant. I mean, it just makes sense, right? A four-bedroom house is going to need more people, a bigger truck, and way more time than a little one-bedroom apartment. Think about it this way. Every single item you own has a price tag attached to moving it. That old armchair in the garage, the boxes you haven't unpacked from 3 years ago, you're paying to move all of it. This is why decluttering isn't just about being tidy. It's about saving cold, hard cash. Okay, next up is distance and access. And it's not just about how many kilometers are between your old place and your new one. It's also about the difficulty of the move. Is your apartment on the third floor with no elevator? That's a huge factor. Is the truck going to have to park way down the street? That adds time. Every flight of stairs, every long hallway, it all adds up to more labor, and more labor means a higher bill. And the last piece of the puzzle is when you move. It's pure supply and demand. Everybody and their dog wants to move on a weekend, especially at the end of the month. It's the most popular time, so guess what? It's also the most expensive. If you have the flexibility to move on, say, a Tuesday in the middle of the month, you can often find much better rates. It's a super simple way to save. Okay, so you've got the basics down, but the base price isn't always the final price. This is where we need to get a little bit savvy and talk about the different ways companies charge and, more importantly, those extra fees that can pop up out of nowhere. Generally, you'll see two main types of pricing. First, there's the hourly rate. This is pretty straightforward. You pay for the time it takes. It can be great for small, local moves where things are pretty predictable. Then you've got a fixed price. This is where they give you one total cost for the whole job. For bigger moves, or if you're going a long way, this can give you real peace of mind because you know exactly what you're in for, no surprises. And this is super important. You have to ask about the extras. Things like packing. Are they going to do it for you, and what does that cost? What about the boxes and tape? Does the quote include insurance if something gets broken? You need to ask about all of this stuff up front. A good company will have no problem breaking it all down for you. If they get weird about it, that's a sign to maybe look elsewhere. All right, enough about how the costs go up. Let's talk about how we can bring them down. This is the part where you get to take control. There are some really smart, simple things you can do to make your move a whole lot cheaper. Let's get into your action plan. Okay, here we go. 4 things you can do right now. Number 1, declutter. Seriously, go through everything. If you don't need it, sell it or donate it. Less stuff equals less money spent. Number 2, pack yourself. You can find free boxes online or at local shops. It takes time, but it saves a ton. 3, be your own removalist for the small stuff. Load up your car with boxes, plants, anything you can manage. And 4, like we said before, book off-peak. A simple switch to a weekday move can make a real difference.
And here's one last really crucial piece of advice. If a quote looks way cheaper than all the others, be careful. The cheapest option is almost never the best option. You want a company that's transparent, has good reviews, and offers good value. Trust me on this, paying a little bit more for a professional, reliable crew is worth every single penny for your peace of mind.
So, that's the whole shebang. You've got the data, you know what to look for in a quote, and you have a solid plan to save money. You are officially armed with all the information you need to make your Brisbane move a smart one. The power is now in your hands. So, how are you going to plan your move?